Hey guys, Mark Foreman again. Welcome to this is episode 17, I believe, of Memaw's Table, where I try to combine some 2-inch thick slabs of walnut with a fairly intricate triangular 3D looking mosaic in the middle. So, if you don't know why the table is cut up and there's clamps again, let me catch you up. Um, right around mid-January, I actually had the table fully assembled. I had the legs on it. I had the C channels for support on the bottom. I had taken it off the table using physics and actually got it right side up. So on the 17th of January, this was officially a table for the first time. So I was really impressed with it. I did some sanding on it a little bit. I was waiting for a specific router bit to arrive to do the round over on the edge, so I kind of had some time to kill. It was back ordered, but I really liked the way it looked. I took a bunch of pictures, I posted it. I even brought some of the family out, a little show and tell, and did what's called a water pop on the top of it, which gives you kind of a look ahead as to what it will look like when you put the finish on it. It brings out the darkness of the walnut and the various colors of the four species of wood that make up the mosaic. Like I said, I was really proud. So again, we had some time to kill, so it just kind of sat there on its legs. Then, toward the end of January, beginning of February, we had a really cold front come through. Um, and I know you guys up north are going to laugh at me, but it got down into the 20s. I know you guys have colder than that, but we don't. And wind chills were in the low teens. It was very cold, a bitter cold. Well, my garage workshop is not air conditioned. I have some space heaters while I'm out here, but when I'm not, it's just sitting out here freezing. Well, one afternoon, I was out here working on my computer and I heard this pop. Looked around for it, couldn't figure out what it was until I finally discovered the pop. I mean, it was loud. You could hear it. Was the mosaic essentially cracking in half? Contraction from the cold weather, and the fact that it was clamped and doweled together, joined to this long straight grain walnut, didn't give it any play, so it made its own, play and cracked. So I looked at it, sat down, thought about it, talked to some friends, and Facebook experts were eager to give me their comments as to told you so, essentially. And I looked at it some more. I did some more Googling. Um, Finally, I decided to act. Well, the first thing I had to do was repair the crack. And to do that, I had to take it apart. So I flipped it over, took off the legs, took off the C channels. And after that, I just kind of let it sit upside down on the floor, well, on some 2x4s, and stared at it some more and thought about it some more. And finally worked up the nerve, got out my circular saw with its jig, and sliced off one of the walnut slabs from the mosaic. And in doing so, I discovered some more root, or the root cause was I had put those dowels in way too tight. There was a lot of tension, and probably with the cold and the cross grain issue, that was enough for the crack to happen. So, with one side cut off, I put a big blanket over it so the dogs wouldn't eat it, and kind of thought maybe the problem would go away. Well, it didn't. And school got in the way, some big projects at work got in the way. and it just got put off more and more and more until finally, uh, about a week ago, I went ahead. I Since I had one side cut off already, it wasn't near as heavy or difficult for me to get back on the table. Got my saw out again and cut the other walnut slab off. That left the mosaic. Well, to clean it up, I was going to have to glue it back together. So I broke it the rest of the way to where I could see the entire crack. Let that sit for a while, stared at it, thought about it. Finally, got the glue out and put it back into this jig with all of my F clamps holding it down and a great big pipe clamp putting it back together. And it's been like this for about a week. And now that you're caught up, we're going to move forward. I'm going to take it out of this jig, see what we got, and then figure out what we're going to have to do to make it a table again. So stick with me. I'll be right back.